let's go. Oh, this is some crazy tune. Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? What's going on? Good evening, good evening. It's gonna be a little bit of a shorter session here today. Do some breakdowns. See if we can get maybe an entry, but nothing too drastic. Okay, yeah, wait for a few people to join here, then we'll do some analysis. We'll break down some pairs. Do some GJ is the only one that is fresh analysis. Let's go. Right, let's chill on GJ for a minute. Actually, you know what, GJ might as well do fresh because we haven't even really broke it down properly. What's going on, Jamal? Great to have you on the stream. Yeah, good, bro. Yourself? Yeah, I'm gonna go for we're going for it here this week. Free lots, let's get it. Yeah, man. Now you know what it is. I needed to when I took my step back down to 1 lot, so, you know, it reiterated my discipline. I'm ready to go back to that risk, and yeah, let's just keep going from there, keep building from there. So gonna see that progression. So GJ we know is obviously bouncing off a strong support, 135 900, 135 850, that sort of price area. Look on the 4 hour. 4 hour has created a support, and suppose we have this area here is going to be our area of support, because this was a previous support. And then actually, let's go and pause the music. I know there's only a few people, but let's just dive into it. You know, people can watch it on the recap if they want to see how to break it down. So yeah, we can see how we're kind of tapped into this area. This is before the weekend. We go to the 1 hour. You know, maybe we're gonna have some issues over here, but we'll see. Let's have a look on the 1 hour time frame. So looking on the 1 hour time frame, looks like it's trying to break above this resistance here, and then, you know, maybe it does have clean candles coming up to this area, right? 137.050, but at the same time, this is a previous support, so this is an important area. So we're going to want to see how maybe the candles react to this area. but at the same time, I doubt we're going to get that. Then we're going to consolidate, and then London session is going to push us up to retest this area. In fact, let's go to the 30-minute. So yeah, looking on the 30-minute time frame, you know, it looks like we're trying to close back above this support, but at the same time, we have this resistance over here too as well. So I'm looking at maybe this area as a whole. So a break above, you know, 136,700 on the 30-minute time frame. I think that's going to be good for price to continue moving up. You know, we can maybe bring a high point up over here, but we know we're looking for you know, where price may incur some issues. So, you know, looking on the 15-minute is clean. So yeah, maybe it's gonna get there, maybe not. I think up over here is gonna be some issue. So let's measure this. Yeah, that's okay. So at least we get to secure, and then it should continue moving up with the clean traffic to left hand side. So do you only trade like 1, 2, 3 lots you don't like? Yeah, I just like keeping it simple, bro. Just 1, 2, 3. Yeah, exactly. Keep it consistent. In 4 hour, it creating a higher low. 4 hour higher low. Yeah, it is. But then, okay, this is the thing. This is what I obviously did as like a webinar earlier. Is if we look at this whole area here, we rejected this high point again. So we rejected this high that was created, and then we started to see this correction to the downside. So yeah, I think we're pretty bullish until I see a break of this structure at 136,400. So I think once we see a break of this structure on the 4 hour, if we break that, then I think we're going to come down and retest this liquidity zone. Because if we look, this whole zone is a liquidity zone from around 134 or 135 500 or around 135 200. This is a whole liquidity zone, you know, all around here. So it's probably maybe we're going to probably where we're going to head off to if we do start to break below market structure. But yeah, I hear what you're saying on the 4 hour. So yeah, I would agree, as long as this support is respected at 136,400, because this is our strong level. You know, if we can see we created a resistance, continued up, form that support, multiple tap into this area. You know, as we can see, you know, we had these rejections. Right, we rejected here again. So now if we can successfully close back above this area, you know, there's a point we could start to come and correct some of this downside move, reaching some of these key levels, right? And then maybe come up and retest this overall high point, this whole liquidity zone towards the upside. So that's one thing. But at the same time, you know, we could come up to here, reject this area to continue down on the 4 hour, you know, wick up anywhere into the zone and then drop, you know, and then tomorrow with momentum start to break below, and then we get a retest of these low points around 135 900. So we will see what happens over there. Do you take spread under consideration when securing pips? I don't. I secure at 10 when it's actually 10. But sometimes I'll just secure at like 8 or 9 pips. Depends. Okay, yeah. So anyway, going back to the 30-minute. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to need to see. But we are respecting this minor support as well. So I'm looking at, we're just consolidating right now, you know, between this area. This is like a 16 pip range. So here's the thing, when we're trading, we're always looking, you know, what's our tradable ranges. So this is the zone. Let me make this clear, right? This is the zone that we don't want to trade. It's a red zone. So not a good zone, right? Because it's consolidating. So where do we want to trade? We want to trade our good zone. So, you know, this zone over here, this is a good zone. This zone is like, you know, this zone's maybe an okay zone, right? It's pretty okay, not massive, not a big zone, but it's okay, right? And then bearing that in mind, bearing these two zones in mind, then we look at our next zone and we look at, okay, what's our next zone going to be? So if we neaten this up, we look at this area as a support, then we can see we have clean counter left hand side coming down to this next area of support. So we measure this range over here and we're like, okay, so this is like a 15 pip range. What was this range? This range was around the same. So yeah, not an amazing range, but then this point here, this is the good range, right? This is the holy range. This is where we can get a lot of we can get that clean big range, and then obviously, you know, you can look for wait for price to make the low, do a retracement, whatever. It's a big enough range, right? It's a 40 pip range, so that's your best range to take a trade anyway. But yeah, we want to see a break below the support for price to continue down and retest the low over there. So yeah, bit of waiting. What's your average R then if you secure at 10 pips? I like to just try and keep stops around 10-12 pips, and then I just secure at 10. And you know, I just always how I do it, you know. And the thing is even if I have a 12 pip stop, you know, there's only been once in the whole of 2020 that price has just come up and hit my stop, you know, and that was the other week when it was a news announcement. All the other times I'm always looking to reduce risk. Which pair are we looking at, please? Oko for Miracle. If you look up in the top corner, it says GDP JPY. It says it up here as well, up over here. So yeah, we're looking at GDP JPY. So yeah, just a bit of waiting involved. A bit of waiting. Right, let's get some tunes on. Let's check out Euro JPY. Go to the daily time frame on Euro JPY. Looks like it is respecting this bullish market structure. So it does seem like the next daily candle on Euro JPY should also go bullish. Well, that's pretty good. So it's creating a support right over here. So as long as the daily candle can respect this low, should continue moving up to retest this high. So it's trying to create. So looking on the 4 hour, it's trying to create some support back above this zone. So I think this is going to be a good buying opportunity on Euro JPY. Let's look on the smaller time frames for a minute. So look on the hourly, we are starting to break below, but ideally once we break above this zone here, then we should continue moving up. We have this next area, you know, that we may incur some issues. So let's measure this range. It's like a 13 pip range. So I think ideally the better buys are going to be above 124.330. That's going to be some good buys over there on Euro JPY. So keep an eye on that. So looking at Euro JPY at the minute, if we look at this area as a support, looks like it's trying to do some form of fake up, maybe correct this gap up, coming up.
Please do not leave cases or parcels unattended anywhere on the station. Any unattended articles are likely to be removed without warning.
Okay, let's check out gold over here. Let's go to gold on the daily time frame. Okay. What's going on, Salim? Nice to have you. Welcome to the group. Salim has made it out of the gulag, as I know it likes to be called. Oh, I didn't even see that. Evening, Sam. Okay. Okay. So look at gold on the daily. Looking at gold, it looks like the daily candle, you know, maybe closed around this support level, right? This key support level at 1898 250 area. So we can see how gold on the daily is respecting bullish market structure. So, you know, we've got these low points where we are continuing to making these lower highs. Now we've come to retest this low point. So, you know, if price is going to drop, do a retracement, form some resistance, maybe we're going to start to see some form of correction of these lows, retest of these low points. So just off the bat, kind of what looking at on the daily. If I just go to maybe like the higher time frame for a minute, like the weekly, yeah, so it looks like the weekly candle, it closed very weak bullish, and it actually tapped into this resistance, this zone. Gold came up, tapped into the zone, and it closed very weak, right? But it did close at a support. It did close at a support. So now we're looking at this zone, and we can say, okay, well, once the weekly time frame can break below this support, we have a clean candle to the left hand side, right? So we have clean candle, and then we look on the weekly time frame, and this is our support level, you know, around 1860, that sort of area. So the fact that this weekly candle, you know, the next weekly candle would need to, you know, break the low over here and down over here to continue moving down. And then obviously we'll look on the daily time frame, and we have some areas of issue, but at the same time, you know, the weekly should fill this range. So we're looking at that. How's it going, Salim?
Hi mate, can you hear me?
Yeah, mate, can hear you perfect.
Yeah, are we doing alright?
Yeah, good, mate, very good.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
What are you looking at here tonight?
I've only just jumped on a laptop. I'm just gonna see what I can see, because I haven't really heard like the start of what you were saying at first.
Oh,
but,
no worries. Yeah, no problem, mate.
How's your day been?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Ah, nice one.
Yeah, just been a bit busy today.
I see.
But yeah, no, we're not gonna be on here for too long tonight. Just a shorter stream.
I see you.
Yeah, gonna go be up early tomorrow. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna break down gold, and then we can have a chat.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
No problem. Cool. So anyway, back to the daily time frame on gold. So we can see, you know, how it's trying to close. The previous daily candle, sorry, it closed above this support. So essentially now we looked at this area from, this is the weekly low, this is the weekly support, and the fact that we rejected this resistance up, or let's just say up over here, because this is our most recent resistance. But if we look left, we can see this is a whole previous liquidity zone, right? We can see this is a whole liquidity zone, and now we're starting to see some form of fake out within this same area. So if this was resistance, we can see that, you know, once and then twice this move up got corrected and closed back below this area. So I think once we break below support, gold could, you know, start to drop. First, obviously, area that we can, you know, reject initially is going to be around this support. So that's why maybe it's going to be best to wait for some form of low, and then like a retracement to be made to continue moving down, obviously looking at gold from a higher time frame perspective. And then obviously we have this next zone over here. So once we create some form of resistance below this support, we're going to continue down, maybe start to just break through these minor zones, and fill this whole range with some, you know, maybe some big sells. So we're going to keep an eye on that for the week. We're looking at maybe to fill this liquidity zone. So yeah, going to be keeping an eye on that for gold. but then we always have to look about, you know, if it goes bullish, right? Because it hasn't broken below support yet. So what's the flip side? The flip side is that we respect this area as a support. You know, we start to get candles closing bullish at this area, right? And then we have these high points, these resistance high points that we did reject beforehand, right? We did reject, but at the same time, what we do know about pairs and what I've seen happen over and over again is the fact that when a pair, okay, let's put it this way, this is a zone, and over here we had, you know, like what we explained was the fake out. The fake out happened over here, so we didn't have the volume, we didn't have the order flow to push us above this zone. Same again happened here. There wasn't that buying pressure to break this zone again. Now what happens is when there's not a buying pressure, there's always a retracement, right? There's always a retracement and there's a support form. Now we want to wait for some support to form, and then when we have that more order flow, we then should get that break of the zone. So that's why I want to really wait to see how gold reacts in this first area to start the week, to kind of see maybe whether it's going to come up, retest these high points like we were talking about, or at the same time break below the support level, and then we have, you know, these key support levels to come and fill. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking at. So yeah, we'll see. So it's like GJ's trying to break up, but what I want to see is if GJ starts, you know, start closing above this zone, then I think there's a much higher chance, you know, for price to continue up. So this is quite a big range. This is like a 50 pip range. So it might be a case of seeing where candles are closing, you know, around pre-London, which is where I'm going to be getting up. And then, you know, if we start to see some support being held above this zone, then, you know, we can expect that price should continue moving up, as we know that London does like to push it bullish sometimes, but we'll see. What's going on, Henry? Okay, looks like Euro JPY did a fake out over here. Should continue up to correct this move, this gap. So I was actually looking for a potential swing on Euro JPY to continue up to retest the high. You know, it does look like the same with Euro JPY, generating this liquidity, you know, to continue up. Again, failed to break. Okay, let's put it this way, right? Exact same scenario. Price failed to break this zone, failed to break through this previous zone. So we did not have, again, that buying pressure to continue moving up. Now what we can see here is we had this retracement once again, and now we can see a big rejection here on the previous daily candle on Euro JPY. Strong support formed, closed above the previous daily candle over here that we can see, and at this point, you know, price should continue moving up to, you know, come and retest this high. Maybe this is going to be the liquidity that was needed to be generated to push price through this zone. Okay, so yeah. And then if we can maybe put that in confluence with the higher time frames on Euro JPY, let's go to the monthly. So yeah, maybe the monthly is going to create some support, come back up, because I mean, if we look at this whole, we was in a downtrend on the monthly time frame, and we broke out of this, you know, this market structure. So if we just focus on more the market structure at that point, then instead of saying about trend lines, in fact, because I'm not an advocate for trend lines, but what would make more sense is these are the highs that were being created. So we can see lower high, lower high, lower high on the monthly, lower high, came to retest this high point, respected this high, retested this low point. Now we can see that, you know, we've broken market structure, right? Because if we was in a downtrend, we would have respected this high. So we've broken market structure and we've created a higher high, right? So we've created a higher high over here. So the monthly could be, again, creating some support to continue moving up. So that's quite possible. I know the other monthly candle was bearish, but there could be a retracement for some further upside. Now let's look at the weekly. It's going to give us even more information. So if we clear this, for the minute is fine. Looking at the weekly, it's the same thing. We could see the structure was bearish. We had complete bearish sentiment in the market, and now we started to see, you know, this tried to break through this zone. So this is our high point again. Price, hey, this is a good example actually. This is a really good example. So imagine this is the zone, and then we had price come up and it failed to break above. Again, a fake out, right? A fake out, came back down, it formed a support. Like I say, right, when price fails to break through a zone, doesn't have that order flow, it does a retracement. It did a retracement, it formed that support, generated that liquidity on the higher time frame to continue moving up and break through this zone. Now it's made another high up over here. Right, price has made another high point up over here. It's done a retracement and it's coming back to this zone. It's coming back to this zone, and we are respecting this area as a support. Okay, so now we're looking at this minor zone on the weekly, this minor resistance, say minor support on the grand scale of things, on the monthly, etc. Then, you know, once price can start to break successfully back above this area, you know, we should come up and revisit these high points. Right, so yeah, that's what we're looking at really to do a market structure on Euro JPY. I think you can kind of get a lot from that in terms of value and stuff, because, you know, that's kind of reading market structure without necessarily having to draw a trend line, you know. And now we're looking at the fact that price made a high, retracement, it is respecting support. So now when I go back to the daily time frame, I'm just looking at the short-term market structure on Euro JPY as well, and it looks like we just didn't have that flow to break through this zone, but we've come down, generated more liquidity in these support areas to continue price moving up. So yeah, this we're going to be looking at, and then we should come out and fill this liquidity zone up over here. So I think you guys should get a lot from that. Let's go back to the 30 minute. What are they usually spread on GJ for you in Asian and pre-New York? Maybe like 1 pip, 1.5 pips. Now rejecting this area.
Just a quick question. Do you think it's rejecting because of the, you know, the 30-minute bearish that's on the left side?
Yeah, it's kind
from
of
the 23rd. Do you think that's why it's reacting like that?
potentially. I mean, okay, let's go down to the smaller time frames. So, okay, if we look at the 15-minute, what we can see based on the... Okay, let's look at the information we have on the 15-minute. This was a previous support. As we can see, it's a previous support. And price tried to come up, and this candle tried to close back above this zone. Now, this candle was a strong rejection candle. And as you can see, it closed back below this area. So now, when we go back to the 30-minute, right, and if I clear this, what we can see now is why this candle here was a rejection candle. Now on the 30-minute time frame, this makes more sense because this zone here was again a previous support. We can see over here, right? This was a previous support, and then candle came down, closed below this area, and then what we need to see, we know when price comes and closes below a support, we want to see a resistance formed, or we want to see a low created. So we had both here. We had a low created, and we had a resistance and a nice rejection. And this is what I would call, you know, some price generating some liquidity for a further move coming down, right? So that's kind of what we're seeing. So this is a really strong level right now, and I think that's why it's reacting to it. There's no volume, there's no volume to break through this zone. This is a strong level, right? Because if price is going to continue down with the market structure, because we can see we have these lower high points, we should maybe respect this zone for price to continue moving down. So that's why I say, you know, maybe wait for this support to break. Or if we are going to come up and we are going to, you know, retest these high points, then I want to see a candle close above this area. So yeah, nice. Hope that helps.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
So let's say like you was going to take a trade, you know, after seeing that 30-minute closing like weak bearish, would you say like that would have been a strong confirmation for an entry, or
what, for a sell? A sell position?
Yeah, for a sell, yeah. Like based on that 30-minute, let's say like you was waiting for a week. So let's say after that 30-minute bearish, the one that you was just explaining.
Yeah.
Let's say it closed the way it did. Would you take a trade based on that weak bearish close, or would you?
No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
So basically, how I would view this now is, so this is our resistance, right? And then I look at this and I say this is a support. So I can clearly identify, just looking at this, that we are ranging between this resistance and this support. And basically all I'll do is I'll wait for price to break out either way, because at that point I can get a much better trade with a nice clean range, rather than, because I see what happens a lot is we might reject, let's say with this candle here, because we have no volume. But if we look at the actual candles themselves, it still hasn't broken the low of the previous candle. And what may happen is, what we see is with volume, let's say as Asian Opens coming in, our next bullish candle just comes up and it starts to break the high and break up into this zone. So me personally, I would just say, when I can identify a range like this, right, and I measure the range, if I measure this range is only 15, maybe 17 pips. It's okay, but still, to be honest with you, I would just say, right, this is my range, and I'm not gonna touch it until it breaks out, because I either want to take a trade in this range, or I want to take a trade maybe in this range or down over here, because then I'm gonna have much safer sells with momentum and things like that. So that's up to you, of course, but I think there's times that a nice rejection can work. But in this circumstance, I just think it's just because of lack of volume. I want to see a rejection when there's volume and things like that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think maybe the best thing to do in this situation is look at the 15-minute, and then how I would do it now, as I'd say, okay, let's say just based on the 15-minute time frame, I want to see this support break, because then if I see this support break on the 15-minute, at least I have this clean range coming down. So then that's going to be much better than just say looking at the 30-minute candle closing bearish and then just anticipating the sell. So I'd even just want to wait for this support to break, but even then it's probably best just to wait to trade outside the range, in my opinion, but that's up to you. Is this the Quasimo Po? No idea what. No, I don't know what that pattern is, mate. Yeah, I mean, it could come down. I think now that it's broken this candle's here, this candle low point, but at the same time, yeah, maybe it's best to wait for a 15-minute candle to close below this area to continue down. But I don't know. I wouldn't even just touch this range, me personally, but it's like gold's doing a fake out. Maybe come and retest this zone. So just a reminder to everyone. So what day is it? This Saturday is the last day you can sign up to the group for some time. GDP AUD is a good idea for pre-New York. Well, yeah, I suppose it's pretty good pair to trade. Obviously, it'd be only influenced by the pound, which is good. So, yeah, I know some people that trade it. Yeah, so see that is the 30 minutes still open? Yeah, 30 minutes, got 9 minutes left to close. Remember to subscribe to the channel, guys. Magic Keys giveaway at 1k subscribers, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, like I say, guys, we're not going to be doing a late one tonight. Is this naked chart trading using support and I look at support and resistance. You just need to be subscribed to YouTube, and one of the subscribers will be, and one of the guys will be a winner for free magic keys. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Yeah, no worries. Now basically I just look at key levels, key zones, key support resistances, look at market structure, highs and lows. So this is the previous low, turn the resistance. So yeah, it's kind of what I do. Look at that, look at where candles are closing. Awesome. Yeah, magic keys are pretty good. Pretty good. I think I followed you from one. Oh, maybe Paul. Probably Paul. Yeah, I do a live stream for London session as well. Giveaway is when I get 1k subscribers, so I only have 600 and something. Wicks Don't Lie trades New York session. Oh yeah, he trades New York session. Okay, it's kind of got like 4 minutes left to close, so a bit of waiting involved. Probably not going to take anything tonight, but I just kind of wanted to just get on the charts. On a Sunday, usually I'll stay on to a bit late, but tonight I can't. So, and in the mornings, usually about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. So yeah, we go around London Open and then finish for pre-New York. Yeah, no worries. So the candle here on GJ is closing like a doji candle, so yeah, pretty not great, not a good close. So let's do one last breakdown of the FTSE and then probably just gonna call it a night there. So looking at the FTSE, what I'm looking at here is for this area to be respected as a resistance and then for price to continue moving down. We now have a low created, so yeah, we're gonna need to see some resistance. The 4 hour is trying to create that resistance. Yeah, 1 hour just needs to break below this support and then price should continue moving down. Yeah, should continue moving down at this point. Yeah, wicked. So yeah, pretty much a close back below this hourly support is going to be good for the FTSE to continue down. Gold, UJ, yeah, maybe this area is gonna be better. Yeah, I don't really trust this zone. The Dow. So looking at the Dow, looks like the Dow is trying to create some resistance over here for price to continue down. We do have a clean candle to left hand side. Looking at the 4 hour. 4 hour needs to break below this support. This is a support. This was a fake out or a higher time frame liquidity grab. Let's look on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, we kind of had this fake out here on the 1 hour. Looking at the 30-minute. Yeah, if some support is created, it's gonna be good for price to continue to come up, retest his previous support. So yeah, keep an eye on that. I'll wait for the first 15-minute candle of this 30-minute candle to close and then we're going to call it a stream. Yeah, sorry to cut you guys short tonight. I need to shoot off early.
What I think is going to happen tonight, I think it's just, it seems like it's going to consolidate between the 136, 550 area to 136, 650. So like it's a 10 pip range. Seems like there is hardly no volume at the minute. It might change within the Asian Open.
Yeah, so you're just trading Asian at the second, right?
To be fair, like I prefer like trading the NY.
Okay.
Sometimes London.
I think that's gonna be better. I think that's gonna be better for you.
Yeah, I just like to see how the price moves on the Asian, just to see like how because usually when it does consolidate, like starting from the Asian Open, usually if there's like let's say 3-4 candles, like 30-minute candles, like consolidating within, like it gives like once it breaks below or above, it kind of like gives a better confirmation to know whether to take a buy or a sell. That's just like how I see it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I just thought you're probably gonna have, better moves within, the London and the New York session. So, with the Asian, it could just range,
Yeah, I mean, I'd say for the past 3 months, Asian hasn't really been
much.
providing that much on GJ. I'm not like I've been looking at the EJ, like Euro GPY, Euro
JPY.
yeah, the other one, the Euro pound, but
Oh, Euro GBP.
yeah, but
Okay.
I'm just really not sure. Like, I've just been watching it, but I don't think I'll be taking any trade because, like, I haven't touched the pair, but I just like to just concentrate on one pair. I've also been watching the gold. I'd say the last time I took a trade on gold, it's been about 2 months. It's because I didn't really do well on trading it. I just couldn't understand like the pair really well. So I keep watching it just to see how it moves.
Yeah.
But I'm still not confident to like take a trade with that one. I'm just like happy to stay with GJ at the minute.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be best. Just stick to one pair for the minute. You can watch other pairs if you really want to, but I would just stick to trading GJ, and I would just stick to maybe like see for the Asian session. Like this is why I'm calling it a night, because unless I kind of see it trying to break up beforehand, I just call it off, because it's in a range right now, and most likely it's just gonna hit the bottom of this range, like what you were saying, and then just consolidate.
I mean, yeah, it's a tight range. It's like what, a 9 pip range, I'd say.
See, even if it does start to come up, like I see it just do this, where it's just like slowly grinds up, and then what we'll do is we'll wake up to see this, like it's just closing above this area, and then that's when I'm looking at, well, okay, well maybe London session's gonna start to push volume, breaking up. So
Yeah, true. I think probably like the way that looks like a better trade idea is to go like on the bullish move, like to go towards,
because the zone is big.
because there is like there's like a clear traffic on the left going up.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see like a minor resistance on the 136 830.
Yeah.
Maybe, and then maybe it carries on to maybe 137 area.
Yeah.
That's how I see it sometimes. Like I always look at the zones where it's like there is a clear traffic. But then obviously if it didn't play that way, then I'd always look, if let's say if it didn't go bullish, then I wouldn't, if it went against me and it went like, let's say, bearish, I would not touch the pair until I see like a strong close on the 136 400, and then let's say the candle that will be breaking below, then that's when I think it might be a better trade idea. That's how I see it.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, looking on the 4-hour, we have this clean candle to the left hand side, right, coming up to 137, 137.50, 137 sort of area. So if price is going to come up over the Asian session, it should clean this candle like overnight, and then if not, then it's just going to consolidate over here, and then we could either start to see volume in the London take us down, or start to break us up. But let me check out what the 15 minutes doing quick. It's got like 1 minute left, and then I am gonna call it a stream. I'm knackered, man. I need to.
No worries.
Yeah. Are you gonna come on tomorrow in the morning, or?
Is it starting at 9 a.m. Is it?
9 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll be able to do like the first hour or so.
Yeah. Cool, man. No worries.
Just because like I start work really, like the schedule, it's really messy with work at
Yeah,
the
of
minute.
course. Yeah. Even just try and tune in. Like, you don't have to, necessarily talk. You just tune in, listen, and you can watch them later, and you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn a lot, man. Trust me.
Yeah, to be fair, like what I usually do is if I miss the session in the morning, I always like I download the video on YouTube,
Mm.
and I'm just like on the way back home on the night. I just listen to it on the way back home.
Oh, nice.
I just listen to what's going on, like just
There you go.
what's happening, and just see where I could have caught the moves. And
Yeah, definitely, man. That's what you got to do. This is where you're gonna learn. Seeing it in real
True, yeah.
time. Sorry, I just got a comment here. Hey, man. Hope all is well. I caught those Friday early morning sales of you. I'm off to bed though. See you tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm off to bed soon there, Ryan. Thank you. So it's pretty good. You caught those sales on Friday. So yeah. But I am actually going to call it a night here. We can kind of see the 15-minute candles doing nothing. It closed weak again. So just not really any volume. But, I mean, yeah, I think for any of you guys still, holding on, I think you need to see some form of breakout of this range for a trade to even, be worth taking. So, but yeah, Salim, I'll see you in the morning.
yep, no worries. I'll see you in the morning. You have a good night, yeah.
Yep, you too, mate. Thanks for coming
Okay,
on.
cheers, mate.
No worries. And the YouTube, thanks guys for coming. We'll see you in the morning for the London stream, and we'll have a good session tomorrow. Starting the new week, good, strong. Let's go, guys. Thanks very much. See you tomorrow. And make sure you